Good, good. 1, 2, shim sham, shim sham. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, and. Oh, you forgot the name of it that quick, right? Turn your body. All right. Take a break a minute. Take a break a minute. What time you got, Mike? 3 o'clock?
And I'm talking about the master of rhythm and tap. I'm talking about the master of the tap. Honeycombs. Chuck Green.
Thank you.
Chuck Green. Honeycombs. Masterpiece. Hey, dance today. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Chuck Green demonstrates his effortless and graceful style as he and Honey Coles, another veteran from the great era of tap dancing, warm up the audience before starting a series of masterclasses at the Riverside Studios in London. The third member of the trio is the youngest, Will Gaines, exponent of the modern bebop style of tap.
I'm gonna make it up.
He now lives in England, while Chuck and Honey remain in New York, where for nearly half a century they have been masters of their art. The heyday of tap was in the 1930s, but in the last few years they have witnessed and fostered the Great Revival. Perhaps the greatest living exponent of the traditional style, Charles Honey Coles grew up in the 20s in Philadelphia. Tap was already all the rage.
Our greatest form of entertainment was getting on the street corners at night and dancing in our neighborhood. And that developed into going into the neighborhood theaters and competing on amateur nights. And that developed into working with two other fellas, and we formed an act. And that was the beginning. But I didn't like New York. Consequently, every time we'd lay off, I'd go back to Philadelphia. And then gradually, my staying in New York would become a little longer and a little longer and a little longer. And finally, I just moved to New York. And I had my two partners and I fell out. We came to some sort of disagreement. And I decided that I was going to do a single. And I fortunately, I lived with a person who was just like my mother. And it was a three-tier house. And I lived on the top floor. And I took all of the furniture out of the room next to mine. And I rehearsed for a year. One solid year, every day, all day. Maybe 12, 14 hours a day. That time I didn't drink. So, this was my form of enjoyment and my sort of form of revenge on my two partners that I had this big argument with. And at the end of the year, I came out of that room with the fastest feet in show business.
At the beginning of the 1930s, the King of New York was Bill Bojangles Robinson. He was the first star of the black musicals of Broadway and started the breakdown of long-standing racial prejudices among white audiences. Called to Hollywood in his late 50s, he told Shirley Temple, "All you got to do is listen with your feet and dance to celluloid stardom."
The beginning of the tap dancers, as far as I'm concerned, were all the erect, very proper dancers, like Bill Robinson, who was known as Bojangles, and Eddie Rector. Incidentally, talking of Bojangles, there's a song out called Bojangles of Harlem. Not Bojangles of Harlem, just Bojangles, I think it is. And it talks about, I'd like to clear this up wherever I get a chance. It talks about Bojangles, he's been in jail, and he's ragged, and his dog is hungry, and all of that. This is entirely wrong as far as the late, great Bill Bojangles Robinson was concerned. He was probably the most fastidious person that you've ever seen in your life. Everything matched every show. He didn't drink nor smoke. He ate a quart of ice cream every night. He was the world's fastest backward runner. He was an athlete. So that old song, forget it. It's a nice melody, but forget the lyrics. Okay, I'll clear that up. I took care of that, right? Yeah. And I'll just give you, his style was erect, and what he emphasized was clarity. He didn't emphasize rhythmic patterns so much. He emphasized clarity and neatness of dancing. The dancers of that period they had a contest that they went through. One would go underneath the stage, and they all did the same step, and one would go underneath the stage and do the step, and the other would do the step on top of the stage, and the one underneath the stage would listen to see whether he was making any mistakes. And then the other one would go underneath and listen to him. So they had a real thing going as far as clarity is concerned. I'll just give you an idea of Bill Robinson. He danced very erect here. All toes. And then he did little cute things. That was Bill Robinson.
Stars of that period were Buck and Bubbles, otherwise known as Joe Buck, the Chicken Man, and Jim Bubbles, the Baltimore Sleeper. After topping the bill for years in vaudeville, they only became famous on Broadway in 1931 in the Ziegfeld Follies.
In New York City, there was a club called the Hoofers Club. And it was really a room in a pool room. But the pool room had a restaurant and everything in it. And it stayed open 24 hours a day. And the fellow who owned the pool room liked tap dancing so much until he put aside a room in the back of the pool room. And 24 hours a day, any hour of the day or night, you'd find somebody in that room dancing. And all of the dancers would congregate, and like I'd see Bubbles, and I'd get some kind of thought about something, or Bubbles would see Eddie Rector, and he'd get some kind of thought about something, and the guys who couldn't dance at all would come in, and basically, gradually they'd learn. So it was like a nest of dancers, and all of the dancers hung out there.
Come on, anybody, come on, anybody, come on. Yeah, come on, I knew you was here, yeah, come on. Come on, I need a crowd.
At the beginning of this class at Riverside Studios, Will Gaines encourages the whole audience to come out onto the stage and try tap dancing, whether or not they've ever done it before.
ask Chris Perry to come out and break it down for you. Chris Perry. Where's Chris Perry? Chris Perry. Oh, she's an English lady. She can teach you.
The beginners class itself is taken by Chris Perry, who teaches at Pineapple in London.
Right, so can we just have just the beginners? Like we did yesterday, and then Honey can take the advanced ones afterwards. Yes? Pardon? What's on in the middle? That's all right, come into the middle. Okay. So we're going to do pick up, slap. Pick up, slap. Okay? And you're going to put your weight down on that, and then you're going to do 6 slap steps. Then you're going to repeat it on the left foot. Pick up, slap, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes? Any problems? No? Do that once more, and then we'll do the next step. Okay? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you're going to do a pull back on your right foot and just keep going. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes? Put those 2 together. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you're going to do a clap on 8. Clap, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, just put your foot down on the last one. Right, Mike, can we try that with music, please? Nice and gently. Little intro, please. Repeat it on the left. Dee-da, bop, dee-da, bop, dee-da, bop, dee-da, dee-da. On the right. Dee-da, bop, dee-da, bop, dee-da, bop, dee-da, dee-da. Now we're going to do a break. Da, dee-da, do-dee-da, do-dee-da, dee-do-dee-da. The top. This one, dee-da, bop, the break, da, dee-da, do-dee-da, do-dee-da, dee-do-dee-da. Left foot, start your left foot, dee-dee-da, do-dee-da, do-dee-da, dee-do. Okay? Now, have you done riffs? Anybody done riffs before? Now we're going to do dee-dee-dee-dum, 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 dee-dee-dee-dum. Dee-da, pause, turn.
We had a little broken down piano in the corner, and most every dancer